Here's something most people get completely wrong about wealth. They think it's supposed to feel obvious. Flashy cars, designer everything, constant luxury. But what if I told you that the people who are actually building real wealth often feel the exact opposite? They don't feel rich at all. In fact, they're so busy doing the right financial moves that they completely miss how far they've actually come. Today I'm going to walk you through 7 subtle signs that wealth is quietly growing in your life, even if your bank account doesn't scream millionaire yet. Because here's the truth nobody talks about. The wealthiest people don't wait until they feel rich to start acting wealthy. They build the foundation first, and the money follows. Let's dive in. The first sign your wealth is quietly growing is that you've naturally started living below your means without feeling deprived. This isn't about extreme frugality or clipping every coupon. Instead, you've developed something much more powerful: intentional spending habits. You've stopped feeling the need to impress people with your purchases. Your lifestyle naturally costs less than what you bring in, and that gap between income and expenses is your secret weapon. What makes this so powerful is that you're not sacrificing happiness to save money. You've simply redefined what enough actually looks like. You buy what you need, enjoy what matters to you, but you don't feel compelled to upgrade everything just because you can afford it. That extra margin you create every month becomes your options fund. It's what allows you to invest, save, and most importantly, say no to opportunities that don't align with your bigger picture. This habit compounds over time in ways most people never realize. Every month that you live below your means builds a financial buffer that eventually transforms into genuine freedom. While others are trapped by their lifestyle expenses, you're creating choices for yourself. The second sign is probably the most overlooked indicator of building wealth. You've shifted from chasing quick wins to thinking in decades. Most people are constantly hunting for the next bonus, the hot stock tip, or some get-rich-quick scheme. But you've developed something different: patience mixed with strategy. Instead of obsessing over immediate financial gains, you're playing a much longer game. You think about compound growth instead of overnight success. This shows up in how you invest. You put money into the market regularly, even when nothing exciting is happening. You focus on building skills and relationships that pay dividends over years, not months. You're comfortable with delayed rewards because you understand what's waiting on the other side. This long-term thinking separates you from 90% of people who can't see past next paycheck. Quiet wealth isn't flashy or instant. It's disciplined and patient. If you find yourself naturally thinking in years instead of days, you're already doing what most people never learn to do. The third sign your wealth is building is that you've created a financial safety net and you don't broadcast it to the world. You're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. But here's what's interesting. You're not announcing this victory to the world either. While others are flexing their latest purchases on social media, you've quietly built something far more valuable: breathing room. You have money sitting in accounts that you don't need to touch immediately, an emergency fund that actually covers emergencies, cash that buys you time, peace of mind, and options when life throws curveballs. This isn't about hoarding money out of fear. It's about having control over your financial destiny. You don't panic when unexpected expenses pop up. Car repairs don't ruin your month. Medical bills don't derail your plans. If you lost your job tomorrow, you wouldn't immediately spiral into crisis mode. You'd have time to make smart decisions instead of desperate ones. Most people only recognize the power of a financial buffer after they desperately need one, but you built yours proactively. That forward-thinking approach isn't luck or privilege, it's the mindset of someone who's quietly accumulating real wealth. Here's the fourth sign, and it might surprise you. You're earning more money, but you're not feeling the urge to spend proportionally more. Something fascinating happens when wealth starts building quietly. Your income grows, but your lifestyle doesn't explode alongside it. You're not doubling your expenses every time you get a raise. You're not treating yourself to major purchases every time you hit a financial milestone. Most people around you probably have no idea how much you actually earn because you're not displaying it through your spending patterns. Why does this happen? Because you've learned a fundamental truth about wealth building. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Every time you resist the impulse to inflate your lifestyle with your income, you're widening the gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is your wealth engine. The larger it grows, the faster your money multiplies through investments and compound interest. This is why people who are quietly building wealth often appear boring from the outside. No constant upgrades, no lifestyle inflation, just steady, controlled growth. It's not glamorous, but it's exactly how lasting wealth gets built. The fifth sign represents a major psychological shift. You're starting to see money as a tool rather than a goal. At some point in your wealth-building journey, your relationship with money fundamentally changes. You're no longer obsessed with hitting specific numbers in your accounts. You stop checking your net worth like it's a sports scoreboard. Instead, you start asking deeper questions. What do I want money to accomplish for me? What kind of life am I trying to create? This shift is huge because wealthy people don't chase money for its own sake. They use it intentionally as a means to an end. You might find yourself investing in time-saving services without guilt. You're willing to pay for quality and value, even if it costs more up front. You care more about return on investment than showing off your purchases. This change usually happens gradually. There's no dramatic moment, just a slow-growing realization that wealth isn't about the number itself. When you start thinking this way, it's proof that wealth is no longer something you're desperately chasing. It's something you're naturally growing into.
You understand that money is just a tool for creating freedom, peace of mind, and impact in the world. The sixth sign might actually surprise you. You're getting bored talking about money. When you're struggling financially, money dominates your thoughts. You constantly worry about bills, stress over prices, and do mental math before every purchase. Every decision feels like a financial calculation. But something shifts when you start building quiet wealth. Money stops being the main character in your daily life. You've built systems that work automatically. Your savings happen without thinking. Your investments grow in the background. You've handled the financial basics so well that they don't require constant attention anymore. You're not obsessing over credit card rewards or chasing trendy investment strategies. Instead, you're focused on bigger questions. How can I spend more quality time with people I care about? What projects genuinely excite me? What kind of legacy do I want to build? This transition from financial survival mode to having money operate quietly in the background is a clear sign you've leveled up financially. Real wealth is often boring because it's stable and predictable, but that boring money often leads to a much more exciting and free life. The seventh and final sign is perhaps the most telling. You're starting to feel rich in time, not just money. Most people spend their entire lives chasing more income, but truly wealthy people eventually start chasing something more valuable, time and freedom. If you've noticed yourself valuing time more than material things, if you've stopped glorifying being constantly busy, if you actually crave slowness and space in your life, you're quietly getting rich in ways that go beyond your bank account. When you're financially stressed or in survival mode, you have no choice but to trade time for money. You clock in, you hustle constantly, and time feels like something you never have enough of. But when your financial systems stabilize and start working for you, you realize something powerful. Money can actually buy time. Time to think clearly, time to rest properly, time to create, time to live on your own terms. You start paying for convenience instead of always choosing the cheapest option. You say no to opportunities that don't align with your values. You let go of the constant urgency that used to drive your decisions. These might seem like small changes, but they're actually quiet upgrades that most people completely overlook. They're internal signs of wealth that don't show up on any financial statement. Real wealth isn't just about what's sitting in your accounts, it's about how free you feel when you wake up each morning. Here's what nobody tells you about building wealth. It rarely feels like a jackpot moment. There's no confetti, no bank alert that says, "Congratulations, you made it." Most of the time, getting rich feels surprisingly ordinary, even boring. It's choosing to skip the impulse purchase when everyone else is buying. It's saying no when all your friends are saying yes to expensive plans. It's making the uncomfortable choice today so your future self doesn't have to struggle tomorrow. And if you've recognized any of these 7 signs in your own life, even just 1 or 2 of them, you're already walking a path that most people never find. You're not just surviving paycheck to paycheck. You're not just getting by hoping things improve. You're quietly building something substantial that can't be easily taken away, not by economic downturns, not by job losses, not even by your own occasional doubts about your progress. So keep moving forward with confidence, because if it doesn't feel like you're getting rich yet, there's a good chance you actually are. It's just happening quietly, which is exactly how the best wealth gets built. The flashy get-rich-quick stories make headlines, but the quiet wealth builders create lasting financial freedom. Remember, real wealth whispers while poverty shouts. If these signs resonated with you, you're probably doing much better than you realize. Trust the process, stay consistent with your good financial habits, and give yourself credit for the progress you're making, even when it doesn't feel dramatic. If this perspective helped you see your financial situation in a new light, or made you realize you're actually doing better than you thought, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the psychology of wealth building, check out some of my other videos where we explore the mindset shifts that separate the quietly wealthy from everyone else. That mental foundation is often the real difference between temporary financial success and lasting wealth that grows steadily over decades.
Stop wishing you could have more time and freedom and take action to make it happen. This is what my friend Chris Miles from Money Ripples tells clients to do all the time. His mission is to make 1,000 people financially free by 2030. To help him achieve this goal, he created a group coaching system and course called the Wealth Accelerator Academy. The tools and lessons you learn about passive investing and how to vet deals are invaluable to helping you live the life you want. Want to learn more? Check out the course by clicking down the link below. If this video opened your eyes to what's possible, subscribe, because your financial freedom story starts right here on this channel.